A devoted couple's quiet weekend takes a bizarre turn when a nightmarish cult and their maniacal leader come to fulfill an apocalyptic prophecy. Yes, this is my review for the film The Long Night. Okay, yeah, so The Long Night, it's a new horror movie, a 2022 horror movie. Where do I begin? Yeah, okay, so this film is directed by Rich Ragsdale, who hasn't really done too much to mention. He's worked in film for a while. He's worked in the music department for films like Eight-Legged Freaks. Anyway, he's sort of gone into directing now. The film stars Scout Taylor Compton. I have no idea who she is, except I can tell you she's been in a couple of the Halloween films, specifically the two Rob Zombie movies. I have seen them years and years ago, but I couldn't tell you who she is. And Nolan Gerard Funk, yeah, as a character called Jack Cabay. The film also stars, among other people, Jeff Fahey. He pops up for maybe a day of filming. Yeah, so anyway, this film is essentially about this couple. She's attempting to find out her parents, who her parents are, what's happened to her parents, and she's got a lead on it that takes her out down into South America, not South America, but the southern part of America, I should say. You know, where all your sort of your weird stuff goes on. Yeah. Anyway, she heads down there to this house. They enter the house. They get, you know, they know where the key is. It's like they've been invited there, but the bloke they're meant to be meeting isn't there. It's weird stuff starts going on. She's having these sort of visions. I don't know. And anyway, and these people turn up outside in these masks that, you know, like animal skull masks and this sort of thing. They stand there after night with flames, setting fire to shaped things and all this sort of nonsense. Yeah, anyway, so this film, it goes into sort of supernatural elements and all this sort of a thing. I'm not going to go into the story. It really didn't interest me. The film didn't, it interested me enough to put it on, because I've watched this third film in the last week that I've watched that sort of come out of nowhere, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a watch. I'll see what it's about. And the other two were okay. They were all right, but, you know, 3 out of 3, third time lucky? No, of course not. Couldn't have that good of a run. So anyway, so this film starts off rather slow. It's got these long, lingering shots of just countryside, and there's some weird camera stuff going on and all this sort of a thing. Now, at the point where I saw the long lingering shots, I had to check the running time. The film only runs for 90 minutes. So I said to myself, okay, either they're doing these long lingering shots because it's quite a long film, or they're doing long lingering shots because they're trying to fill up time and they ain't got much to do it with. It's the latter. The director obviously fancies himself as a artistic kind of director, because there's all these, like I just said, these strange camera angles, these things going on, and film over film kind of style sort of elements, and it's really not my kind of filmmaking, not my style of film. I went into this expecting it to be a sort of home invasion kind of a movie, but with cultists. But when you start getting into elements of stuff like the cult leader being able to break people's bones using the Force, essentially, and weird stuff like that, it all goes a bit too far-fetched for my liking. The two main leads, they're not likeable in the film whatsoever. You know, from the start, I couldn't care less whether they lived or died. I weren't overly interested in following their story throughout the film. She's obviously got connections with her parents and all this sort of stuff to fulfill this prophecy and blah 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 blah. You know, as soon as Jeff Fahey turned up, I was like, oh, okay, you know, Jeff Fahey, bloody hell, I ain't seen him in something for quite a while. But yeah, he's there just to be killed off. No point in him being in it whatsoever. The fact that his character even popped up had no discernible effect on the movie whatsoever. It could have been any actor in that role anyway. It just wasn't, they had him for a day of filming. The soundtrack of the film skips between using songs at the beginning to using some sort of foreboding music, and then about halfway through does start to get somewhat weird, and as do the visions and like I said, the way the camera is used, and it's just very, very sort of an artistic way. Certain films leave a bad taste in my mouth when I watch them, and this is one of them. This is a film that I can name you two off the top of my head. Midsummer is one that I think back on and I feel sick thinking about the film, about rewatching the film. Just left a bad taste. But The Bad Book is another one that done that to me, and this one sort of lines up with them in that sort of a sense. Just leaves this like nasty taste in my mouth with a wish that I wish I could like just strip memories of the film from my head. Not sick in the sense of what I see on screen with the violence or anything like this, but more to do with the filmmaking itself. Just a very sort of weird, horrible kind of filmmaking that just has this effect on me, and my memory of the film it's going to be one of them. So for me, this was a pretty poor film. I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I won't even be able to tell you anything about this film in a couple of days' time. It'll just be gone, apart from that feeling of if the film's ever mentioned. Anyway, that's it. Just a quick review, just a quick one. I'm not going to go into any facts about the film or that because it's just utter garbage. Anyway, that was it. That's my take on this film. Come and join me. Hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment. Have you seen this film? Did you enjoy it? Am I way off with it? But yeah, anyway, it's AJ. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Take care all and goodbye.